Hello everyone, I'm Shabnam Khan, psychologist from Emotion of Life. So today I'm going to talk about or tell you about the common mindsets, attitudes, or excuses that people with OCD commonly have. So these attitudes or excuses I see all the time with people who are trying to get better, recover from OCD. And what happens is we have various mindsets. Some of these: number one, I can do recovery later, maybe tomorrow, because I have so many things to do. I'm busy and now I have things to do, ma'am. I can't do this right now. I see these kinds and these types of mindsets every time, and specifically I see it in mothers and students. So in student, mostly it is like, I have got too many lectures, I have so many assignments to submit, I have no time for OCD, I can't make time for OCD. But if you don't make time for OCD right now, OCD is going to make time for you, and then all your assignments and plans will go out of the window. So you have got to make time for OCD. You have to prioritize it. And second, mothers, the problem and the struggle is the same. Mothers have small babies, kids, so they say they have no time, they have to take care of your kids and do household chores, etc. Basically they say that they don't have time either. But the reality is, there is always time. Even if you are the CEO of the biggest company in the world, there is always time. Because if you have cancer, you've got to make time for chemotherapies, right? I know this sounds a bit harsh and straightforward, but this is the reality. There is always time. You always make time for your priorities, right? So you have to make time and prioritize your OCD. If you don't make time, it will take over your life structure and will never get better. You will never get better. The other excuse जो है ties with depression. So what causes depression is the perspective that I can't be bothered. I have tried already. I don't want to put any more efforts in trying and getting better. It's so much hard work. I can't do this. So much trouble it is, and it hasn't worked for me before. So they just shut the doors and all the hopes. It is like someone's business is going down and down and down, and another one is also down, and now he's not going to sell another business. It's like shutting doors and everything. So initially it will stops you getting hurt, but later it will get all over your life and it will shut down all your hopes. All these attitudes really need to be watched, and the attitude that the one attitude that you're shutting the doors and you're saying that there is no hope. I have tried these, I have been through so many hard work. You have to get out of this mindset. There is research that 99.9% of people don't really understand, or they don't really know about OCD. People come and say they've been to so many therapies and nothing is happening. No recovery is happening. No recovery is happening because you're not prioritizing your OCD. So in order to get recovery, you can imagine how many doors you have to shut before getting better. Life is all about persistence. Most people do not persist because it takes time and energy and effort, so they give up. If people persist it more, imagine how it would be. But people don't. When it gets discomfort and they feel more of it, they put the 2 and 2 together and go, because they feel discomfort again and again. There's no point going on. They just they feel that they're just going round and round and round, and they're not getting any recovery. The other types of mindsets, these are the I'm going to recover, I'm going to put efforts in work, in actions, in practice, and persist. I really want to do this. It might take me a long time, It might take a lot of hard work, but I'm going to do this. These types of the attitudes or mindsets that you need with everything. This is the attitude you want with everything and with OCD recovery. Because OCD is chronic. OCD is constantly going on your back. You need to constantly go in the right direction. So the first one attitudes was like I have no time. The second was like there are no hopes. I've tried it before. I'm never going to, try it. These types of mindsets don't lead to recovery. Those attitudes I see times and times in different forms. I see them all day long. People saying mine is worse than yours. Your OCD is less, mine is worse. You don't know my OCD, how bad my OCD is. Whether you have PTSD or you have panic disorder or you have GAD is generalized anxiety disorder, you have to get behind it and work in the right direction, because you don't know what your life will be in coming 15 years from now, and maybe we'll go in the same direction similarly. My OCD is different because I have this, my OCD is different because I had that. Whatever you have to get behind it. You have to try your best until and unless you get recovered. If you want to get better, if you really want to get better, you have to change your attitude. You have to change your perspective on how you are approaching your OCD recovery. So now I want you to imagine, that I'm sitting on a couch all day long. I do no reading, I do no exposure, and I have a very bad OCD. I can barely function. There is nothing going to happen, right? I'm going to be in the same position. So you have to make changes. If you don't make change, nothing will happen. Steve Jobs used to say that with our lives we have got to reach out and make massive change in our lives in different areas to make things happen. We can do that without change. Nothing happens. People do small things and small changes. That doesn't make big changes. You have to make a significant change. People want to get out of the bed. If you want to get better, you have to get out of your bed and get into the discomfort. I'm not saying throw yourself in all in one go. Just make massive change, significant change. Slowly build it up. Most of the people want to behind the computers in comfortable zones. This ain't going to lead to lead to recovery. Building a life structure, healthy life structure, socializing, exercising, eating healthy, all the healthy habits we need to accomplish, right? I tell you one harsh reality. We human beings are so obsessed with comfort. We just don't want to get into that discomfort zone. Everything is sold to us is based on comfort, right? People think when I will be successful, I will buy a comfortable car, a comfortable house, and a comfortable place. That won't, lead to success. I hope you are getting what I am trying to make you understand. So you have to, put yourself in so-called war zone where there is, you have to throw yourself in that storm. In the storm that is called life. So if you stop doing that, you are just stable. You are just plateauing and going along So if you stop doing that, you are just stable, you are just plateauing and going along in anything. That is not good for you. That is OCD in sport. So you have to put energy in things to get a return. If you out zero, you don't get return. Thank you.